fresh green beans, only $2.99 per pound. Fresh Purdue oven stuffer roaster, only $1.99 per pound. Carolina rice, 1 pound box, only $1.19. ShopRite mayonnaise, 22-ounce bottle, only $3.79. Purex laundry detergent, 50-ounce bottle, just $5.69. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, September 21st, 2017. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. You fixed T.N. Tatum and a few others, but what about our school? That's what a number of parents of students at the Prospect Preschool would like to have answered as they contend their pleas for help continue to be met with only promises of repairs. Gary Moreno has the story.
The call which we got had to do with conditions at the school's playground, which, although still relatively new, is plagued by a slew of problems. But more on that later, since when we got there to see what was happening, we were advised to have a look at the school itself first. Complaints include the now ever-present threat of mold, which we were advised has been an ongoing problem at the Old Military Road location, with reportedly only a band-aid approach being taken to address the problem. That being the occasional washing down and a fresh coat of paint, something which apparently hasn't been working, judging by the evidence here. The school is said to also have an issue with rodents which come out of the overgrown bushes around the compound to feed, ironically, on food put out for the feral cats, which are also a problem. And it doesn't stop there, as there is also a bird issue with signs that the winged creatures apparently not caring about where they leave their mark, shall we say. But the mold problem is said to be of particular concern, since it has allegedly negatively impacted the health of at least one staff member. Contacted about the mold problem, a spokesperson for the Ministry of Education informed us testing is currently being carried out and they're awaiting the result of that testing before deciding on the appropriate remedial action. But back to the playground. The actual surface of the playground, the parents assert, poses a threat, since if a child were to fall off the equipment, they risk serious injury as the aggregate surface is so compacted it would be like falling on concrete. Not to mention, the area is frequented by unauthorized individuals who not only consume alcohol, but there was also evidence left behind to suggest that activities of a more intimate nature occur there. The school security cameras were unable to record what happens in this area since the view of the playground is blocked by overgrown hedges and trees. Another cause of concern for parents who were worried that individuals with less than honorable intentions could lurk there unbeknownst to the children and staff. As a result of all these issues, the playground has now been declared off limits. Now, asked about all this, the education spokesperson indicated the principal at Prospect Preschool and the Department of Education staff are aware of these issues raised. The department, the spokesperson adds, is working with other government departments and independent contractors to address all concerns. There is a planned schedule in place to address all the facility issues, and as a practice and policy, the Department of Education addresses concerns regarding the health and safety of students and staff with the highest priority. But it seems not fast enough for parents of students attending the Prospect Preschool. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Elsewhere tonight, opposition Senator Nick Kemp has come to the defense of the former OBA government's handling of the confiscated assets fund. You'll recall National Security Minister Wayne Keynes revealing recently that expected grants from the fund to charities had to be put on hold due to depleted funds. Senator Kemp, who ran as a candidate in the last election for the OBA, told Mike Sharp there was nothing unusual about the former government using money from the fund to pay for the anti-money laundering task force.
Well, that's the nature of that fund. It was never meant to be a budgeted fund where you say, this year we've got $20 million and we're going to spend it on these things. It's a fund that as funds are taken from court cases and criminal activity, they're seized, they're directed towards a very strict number of initiatives. Some of it's going directly into charitable organizations, some of it's to empower the organizations that seek after criminal activity and criminal proceeds, and without knowing all the details on it, I believe that the expenditure's been within the frameworks of that process.
As he stated during the first sitting of the Senate on Wednesday, government's throne speech was full of promises, which he doubts the government will be able to keep. He also expresses his disappointment of there being no mention in the speech of the need to keep a balanced national budget.
You know, the throne speech was full of an incredible amount of promises. A number of them were, in my opinion, spending initiatives. There wasn't a lot of focus, and probably the throne speech isn't the place for it, but when these promises come to pass, it's going to be interesting to see what trade-offs there are, because to spend more someplace, you're going to have to take from somewhere else. We can't afford for the balanced budget promise of 2018-19 to be omitted from government's action as it was omitted from the throne speech. We were encouraged to see the other opposition senators repeatedly reaffirm that a balanced budget was indeed a priority for the government. So you know, we'll see when reporting comes to the various houses.
Meanwhile, Senator Kemp reminding the public that government currently must pay $180 million a year for the national debt, which he points out limits what programs government can spend money on. Elsewhere, he sees the Senate as a place where government can really be held accountable, given the numbers his party has in the lower house.
With the numbers that the government has in the House of Assembly, pretty much anything is going to get passed. So I think the role of the Senate, and there being an active and vocal opposition, is going to be very important to ensure that the promises that were made, especially from a balanced budget perspective, are being kept.
Stay with us. More news plus tonight's sports coming up after the break.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
When you shop online, the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to bring your packages into Bermuda is with U.S. Express at mailboxes.
I've been a U.S. Express customer for a long, long time, and I stay a customer because it's fast, easy, and convenient.
You get the automatic call when your package is here, and just the pickup is easy. The street's not too crazy there, but you can just swing by, boom, down the steps, get your package, and off you go.
Sign up for a U.S. Express account at www.mailboxesunlimited.com today.
When you lie down on a Stearns & Foster bed, you'll appreciate all the craftsmanship we've put in, making it that much harder to get out. Stearns & Foster, crafting the world's finest bed.
Furniture Walk, Bermuda's home of top mattress brands, Stearns & Foster, Therapeutic, and Restonic. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years. Call 292-5209.
Heavy looting in the British Virgin Islands continues this evening after Hurricane Maria became the second Category 5 storm to assault the islands in 2 weeks. Olympian and former Secretary General of the BVI, Dean Greenaway, who lives in the territories, describes a devastating picture of our neighbors to the south.
Well, right now there isn't. We are in the recovery after Maria. What has happened is during the Hurricane Irma, there was a lot of damage, and I think there was an estimate that about 80% of the buildings have been damaged in the British Virgin Islands. I mean, you're going to hear a little bit of noise because I'm actually right in front of the fire department, where they have lost their roof and are bailing out water from Hurricane Maria. But what has happened is during the hurricane, or after Irma, there have been a recovery effort in place. Maria coming changed the plans of that. Maria passed to the south of the British Virgin Islands and extensively damaged the U.S. Virgin Island of St. Croix. We haven't had much contact with that. Here in the British Virgin Islands, we had a lot of rain and we had a lot of high wind. A report that came out of the governor's office is that what we suffered was storm damage on the roads against the western end of the island and the northwestern end of the island. The police commissioner, who is also from the UK, he put in place zero tolerance against looting during the hurricane, Maria. And I understand that 8 people were arrested for attempting to loot.
Some Bermudians are now required to have a visa to enter the United States after the UK took over printing our passports to enhance security. Home Affairs Minister Walton Brown is moving to revert matters, but first he speaks on amending the entertainers' work permit policy.
With regard to the entertainers, we are amending that part of the work permit policy to ensure that Bermudians have a greater place of priority when it comes to hiring local entertainers. That is a matter that we actually don't know immediately. We're in the process of fine-tuning that. We have gotten some input from the Bermuda Entertainers Union. We've met with them. We've met with relevant entities in the employers arena to come up with a policy that works to ensure that that level of support is provided for in policy. On the issue of passports, that's a vexing issue for many, because Britain has taken away our ability to print our own passports, and one of the priorities in this ministry is to get that right back. It will be an arduous struggle, but we're going to work on it because it is the appropriate thing to do, and you cannot simply allow for that to be taken away from us and create the litany of challenges that it has created, especially with respect to the coding. The coding, as you know, on these passports no longer has the Bermuda coding, it has the Great Britain coding, which has created a minefield of challenges when Bermudians using that passport are attempting to travel to the United States from outside of Bermuda. Because the authorities in those locations, as far as their systems tell them, mean that Bermudians require a visa to enter the United States. And as you know, Mike, we don't require a visa to enter the United States.
Mostly sunny conditions with a slight chance or 2 of showers expected to last right into the weekend. Let's head over to the AccuWeather headquarters for the full picture.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group, and this big band right here that brought us all that wet weather the last couple days is now pushed off to the east of the island, and we are still seeing some showers here or there, but for the most part we have improvement. That's how it's going to be through Saturday, maybe some spotty showers, but mainly nice conditions here for the next couple of days. What you will notice is rough surf, and that is going to continue through next week. We have Jose still spinning around here, not really bothering anyone with any direct impacts, but it's making the ocean angry, and we're certainly seeing some advisories out there through tomorrow for small crafts. So be careful out there, very dangerous in a small boat. Taking a look at our conditions right now, 82 degrees across the island, humidity at 75%, winds out of the west-northwest from 6 to 10 knots, and the waves inside the reef 2 to 3, outside 6 to 9 feet. Now, taking a look at tonight, we're going to see just a few showers here and there, but improving. Partly cloudy and a temperature of 77 degrees for our low. Tomorrow we're back closer to our typical pattern here. So times of clouds and sunshine with a brief shower or 2 and a high temperature of 83 degrees. Our high tide, the first one 10:24 p.m. tonight, and then the second one at 10:44 in the morning on Friday. Now if you're here and you're traveling elsewhere, we certainly do have a gateway forecast for you. Taking a look at Toronto, it's beautiful, 81 degrees and sunny. New York, a gorgeous 78. Boston, 63 degrees. And in Atlanta, 86. Could see a pop-up thunderstorm there. Also in Miami and London in the 60s with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Here in the Caribbean, Jamaica, typical pattern there, 92 degrees. Barbados and Trinidad could see some showers here. Temperatures in the upper 80s and low 90s. And of course, humid. Now, taking a look at our weekend, it's going to be nice, dry, maybe a a short shower, a brief shower here or there. Temperatures around 83, 84 degrees. Monday, we're going to see an uptick in our winds. By Tuesday, it's going to be pretty rough. We could see some gale force winds out there and also some heavier rain bands. That is because of Hurricane Maria that is heading in our direction. Not expected to make a direct impact here, but we are watching Maria just in case it does shift a little bit to the east. If that happens, we'll see more as far as downpours and gustier winds. But at this point, we are not expecting Maria to actually have any direct impacts on us. So Tuesday, that's when we're really going to see the increase, the worst of the conditions here because of Maria. Stay tuned to Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105 for all your latest news and weather.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Imagine a kind of comfort that's unique to you. Serta did. The Serta iComfort Hybrid Sleep System. The first hybrid mattress that combines advanced coils with our triple action gel memory foam. For comfort that cradles, supports, and cools you. It's comfort reimagined. The iComfort Hybrid Sleep System.
Exclusively available at Big Saving Zone, Southside, St. David's.
Bermuda! Are you ready for Razor? It's Razor's Edge of Illusion, coming September 22nd and 23rd to the Fairmont Southampton Hotel.
The most amazing show I've ever seen. Number one, gotta see it.
It was awesome.
You gotta see it. This should be your first stop.
Razor, voted the greatest magician in the world for the year 2016. It's high energy, high impact entertainment, state-of-the-art sound and light, a laser system, and special effects that'll blow your mind. Featuring Razor's incredible new illusions, including a live LED pixel-matted guitar-playing robot. Tickets are disappearing fast at the Fairmont Southampton, audiovisual, or online at ptix.bm. Razor's Edge of Illusion, September 22nd and 23rd at the Fairmont Southampton Hotel. You got to be there.
Are you required to take one or more medications daily but have a hard time remembering when to take them? Does your family fear you because you often forget to take your meds? Or are you a caregiver looking for a time management tool designed to make your medication routine effortless? The Phoenix stores can help. With an MDS blister pack, a multi-dose packaging system that makes it easier to manage and take your medication. Each MDS blister pack contains medications for the week and is pre-packed, sealed, and labeled by a pharmacist. Prescriptions grouped by the day and the time of day you should take them, whether at breakfast, lunch, dinner, or bedtime. Plus, to ensure you're covered, each pack includes detailed, personalized instruction. Take confidence in knowing you're using your medications as the doctor planned. Visit the Phoenix stores to chat with the pharmacist and get your MDS blister pack today. The Phoenix stores, for a better life.
Come tomorrow, one of the oldest performing art forms will be on show with the arrival of world-renowned illusionist who goes by the name of Reza. The master illusionist is bringing his international show to Bermuda for the first time at the Fairmont Southampton, and tickets are disappearing fast.
Named the world's top touring illusionist, Reza is bringing his unique brand of magic to Bermuda, Edge of Illusion, which has sold out arenas from Japan to Mexico, the US, and Canada, not to mention numerous television appearances.
Magic sometimes has this negative connotation of like being tricked. It's not about being like tricked or deceived. It's about being, just entertained. So I just like to be, identified as an artist who just tries to bring new experiences to our audiences. I started when I was 6, and it was by seeing another performer that inspired me. And so I went home, I asked my parents for a magic kit. I actually begged them for a magic kit, and they bought it for me, and ever since it's just been my dream, my passion. It's an interactive show, so that's the difference. If you've seen what I do on TV or on YouTube, you're seeing it through a screen, and you might be skeptical about it. So this is it's everything from the large stuff, the grand scale magic, to the mind reading, to the things that just happen personally with the people in the crowd, where you see people freak out. That's my favorite stuff.
And as it turns out, if you're a skeptic like me, you can still have a lot of fun.
All right, let's try something just for fun with any card you want, and I'm going to use your signature. So, like, if you have a card with some white space on it, that would be ideal. 4 or 2, it's up to you, whatever you want. Two spaces, show that. And also just write your signature across the two. This way we know that we're only using your card, your signature. Yeah, nice and big. Okay. So if we show it to everybody, and I'll see it's a unique signature, right? And the ink is also dry, it won't come up. You put your hand out like this. So 2 of spades, but more importantly, your signature, right? Put your thumb on top, like that, squeeze, and don't move. Try this. Get a nice shot. So the idea is to get your 2 of spades, it's queen of diamonds. Change places, watch.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on, look in your hand.
Queen of diamonds. Well, I didn't even feel anything. Thank you very much. Tickets to Reza Edge of Illusion are available online at ptix.bm for this Friday's showing at the Fairmount Southampton starting from 8 p.m.
Taking a look into tonight's sports highlights, Nikki Wells is not fit enough to face Huddersfield. Delray Rollins signs a 2-year extension with Sussex. Plus cycling, basketball, netball and golf make up the rest of the sportscast. Earl Basin has more.
As much as he might have wanted to play, Nikki Wells is just not fit enough to play his first match for Burnley. Burnley take on Huddersfield, Niki's old team, this coming Saturday, and manager of Burnley, Sean Dyche, said Niki, although training with the first team, is quite not fit as of yet. Delray Rollins has signed a 2-year extension to his contract. Rollins spoke with Sussex Cricket after the contract was signed.
Yeah, the security of having more time there is something that excites me, and now I can get my head down and try and push to get in the first team more often.
Talking of them first team appearances, obviously you had a bit of a run in the side at the start of the year. That must have been fantastic to make a first team debut, particularly in the Championship.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I signed back in October, my first one, it wouldn't have been on my radar to be in the frame, so early. And to get the opportunity was quite nice, and to see where I was at as a player, and it helped me to, as I say, to see where I'm at, and now I can go away and work on my game, and hopefully next year and the coming years I can push and be in the team more often.
And how did you find the step up to that level?
Yeah, it was definitely a step up. As a batter, you get more bowlers who do the right things for longer periods of time. So you got a batter, and you got to work harder for longer periods of time to be successful. But as I said, massive eye opener. Now I know where I'm at and know what areas to work on in my game. Go away and hopefully work on.
And how long before that debut were you aware that you were gonna make that first team appearance?
Sort of the morning of the game, really. Obviously, I played a uni game and done okay, and didn't really get the score that I was looking for. So I was sort of thinking, I'll be the batter that comes out really. And then they went with the full seamers, and I managed to get the nod as well. So I was quite pleased about it.
Kamal Levrock and his Warwickshire teammates wrapped up their 4-day cricket match with Middlesex in 3 days as they won by 10 wickets. Resuming at 174 for 6, Middlesex were bowled out for 246. They were still behind by 259 runs. Martin Anderson was their top scorer of 66, while Tom Hampton was the pick of the Warwickshire bowlers with figures of 18 overs, 4 maidens, 4 for 60. Levrock finished with figures of 8.3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 32. Middlesex were asked to bat again, and this time they were bowled out for 269 runs, a lead of 19. Anderson was again their top scorer, scoring 67 not out. Shukit Singh was the pick of the Warwickshire bowlers with figures of 19 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 74, with Levrock bowling 6 overs, 1 maiden, none for 30. The Warwickshire openers scored 24 runs in 5 balls to end the match. Gabriella Arnold representing Marian University during the opening day of the 2017 Collegiate Cycling Track Nationals. In the first round of the women's sprint qualifications, Arnold finished 13th out of 40 competitors over a 200-meter distance. Arnold was clocked in 13:96. During the women's sprint quarterfinals, Arnold was in Heat 6, where she went up against Josie Ritchie from Mars Hill University. She went down as Ritchie clocked a winning time of 13.79. Arnold would then compete in Heat 1 of the women's sprint quarterfinal roughshod 200-meter event, which a time of 13:74 saw her schoolmate Laura Rathbun finish first. Second was Diana Ramos from Milligan College, with Arnold finishing in third. The Bermuda Basketball Association's 2017 Elite City League is underway inside the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium. In the opener last evening, the Storm defeated the Falcons 69-58. Dion Easton led the Storm with 20 points, while Kevin Stevens scored 17 points for the Falcons. In the nightcap, the Panthers defeated the Lions 48-28. 2017-18 Bermuda Netball Association season is set to get underway in just about a month's time. The Senior Winter League season commences on Saturday, October 21st, with the Sylvia Eastley Tournament. Team registration is due Monday, October 9th, with player registration fees due on Monday, October 16th. The Junior League will commence on Saturday, November 18th, with the junior registration due on Monday, November 6th, with the player registration due on Tuesday, November 14th. Walker Campbell's William & Mary men's golf teammate, senior Adam Arnoff, fired a 1-under par 139 to be tied 6 through 36 holes at the EKU Raising Cane's Intercollegiate Golf Tournament at the University Club in Arlington. William & Mary sit tied 5th after firing a 586 8 over after the first two rounds. Sophomore Campbell sits at 6 over par 146. Meanwhile, the Bermuda chapter of the Executive Women Golf Association will celebrate its 5th anniversary with a golf tournament. The EWGA Bermuda welcomes all women of any ability level with an interest in golf to attend its tournament at the Port Royal Golf Course on Saturday. The tournament has a noon registration and 1 p.m. shotgun start, while a beginner's group lesson with Kim Swan, a former PGA European Tour professional, will be held at 4 p.m. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
You can count on us. Save $2 on cluster juicy tomatoes, only $2.99 per pound. Fresh round bottom roast, only $7.79 per pound. Nestle's Honey Nut Cheerios, 347-gram box, only $5.29. Good Sense kitchen or trash bags, only $2.19. Markel toilet tissue, package of 4 rolls, only $4.29. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us. Hey, guess where I'm standing? I'm at the Fairmount Southampton because of what God is getting ready to do this coming weekend. On Friday, September 22nd at 7 p.m., we will be blessed in ministry by none other than Bishop R.J. Matthews and Prophetess Cecilia Matthews.
Hi, everybody. Listen, I have the awesome privilege and honor of doing my very first live recording, and it's going to be held on Saturday, September 23rd at 7 p.m.
And then on this coming Sunday, September 24th at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., we will have in the building none other than world-renowned speaker and guest, Dr. Medina Pullings. Well, it's going to be powerful.
It's going to be anointed.
And it's absolutely free.
Right here in the island of Bermuda
at the Fairmount Southampton.
Renowned British urologist Dr. Abdusalam Musbahi has joined the team at Brown Darrell Clinic. Dr. Musbahi, a Libyan national, has practiced in the UK for the past 30 years and has distinguished himself as an extremely experienced senior consultant in the UK, Qatar, and Libya. A surgeon specializing in disorders of the kidney, prostate, and the urinary tract. He has lectured worldwide and has published numerous papers in his field and has done extensive work in the treatment of urinary stones as well as the management of urinary incontinence in women, including Botox injections. Dr. Musbahi comes to Bermuda at a time when many Bermudians are traveling abroad for procedures that he can perform on the island. In welcoming the surgeon to Bermuda, Executive Chairman Dr. Hewitt Brown appeared delighted to have found him after a worldwide search that lasted almost 5 years. And that's our broadcast for this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.